All right, so here with me I have Fran Fairley, who's a Waterbrook member, and she works with Patriot Paws, which is an organization, nonprofit organization that services disabled veterans. And so Fran has been doing this for how many years?
A little over a year, maybe a year and a half.
A year and a half, and has had lots of puppies. You may, if you've been in Waterbrook for any of our services, you have probably seen some of her different pups. So Fran, tell us a little bit about what you do with Patriot Paws.
Well, I'm what they call a puppy raiser, and the puppy raisers are like full-time volunteers, totally volunteer. And we get one of the dogs who's in training as a puppy and take him home. He lives with me at home. I take him out. My main job is to socialize the dog. So that means I take him out wherever I go, shopping, to the mall, to a restaurant, to other events, to church.
Right. And the part of socializing, like, what's the goal of that? Just to get him comfortable?
The goal of that is, because he's going to be hopefully a public service dog, which means he's authorized to go out in public wherever we want. So he needs to get used to that idea, be able to know how to behave, make sure he's good with that.
Yeah.
So we give him a lot of practice just getting out in public. And as a puppy dog in training, he is allowed to go out with a trainer. So we can go pretty much wherever a public service dog can go.
That is very cool. Now tell us a little bit about Patriot Paws, because you've worked with this organization for a while. You've had several pups that you've trained. What is really the goal of Patriot Paws? Like what is it about?
Well, it's about disabled veterans who really are a needy group. Now the lady who Lori Stevens founded the organization in 2005, and she was a professional dog trainer, and she had some veterans ask for some help with their dogs, and she realized the need. So these dogs are trained for mobility, disability, so people that need a dog to help them with, picking things up, doing stuff around the house, but they also are very healthy, good dogs for PTSD, because almost all the veterans who come back from combat have some level of PTSD, and it's incredible to see the turnaround in their lives when they have a dog to give them the support they need.
Absolutely. Well, that's an awesome organization and thing that they do. Now, Lex is what number pup for you? Because I know you've had several, but they kind of run together after a little while.
I'm starting to have to count. He's number 6.
Number 6. Yeah. So how long do you typically have a pup? How long does it take for you to train a pup?
Well, I only get him for 3 months at a time. So the thing is, they rotate. So there are like 4 different places the dogs may be. If they start out in the training center, we have full-time staff who start them out. And then we have puppy raisers in the Dallas area, like me. There's a student organization at A&M, so we have student puppy raisers. So he'll head down to College Station and go to parties and stuff. And we also have a program with the prisons. So with Texas Department of Criminal Justice, we have inmates who are trained to train the dogs. So they'll spend time down there with one of the inmates, and they do a lot of major training. So they rotate. We don't want them with one person too long. We want them to have more experience, not bind too much with one person until they get to their veteran. So that's all. I get one for 3 months, and then I trade them in, get another one.
So what's the hardest? I'm going to ask you what your favorite part here in just a second is, but what is the hardest part of being a pup trainer?
Well,
it's a lot of work.
They're puppies, so it's a lot of work.
Yep.
So sometimes I get them when they're just right out of the kennel, and there's even house training involved. Now I haven't had to do that for a while because they've been better at it. But yeah, it's just a lot of hard work because the puppies are active, and I'm an old retired lady.
Yep. Now, what's your favorite? Like, what's your favorite thing?
Well, I say my main job is socializing them, but I also help with training the cues, and so that really is my favorite thing is training the dog.
And I think what we're going to try and see some of what Lex does.
Right.
So when a disabled vet gets Lex, like what is really kind of how would Lex benefits that vet's kind of some of what he does?
So he is trained with a lot of cues to help with mobility. He learns to pick things up, to open and close things, and and once the veteran gets a dog, they assess what his specific needs are, and they do additional training on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And the PTSD, by nature of being a dog, almost, it's like a natural to them to help with those things too.
Yeah.
Buddy, sit. Yeah. So when they're getting ready to when they're ready to graduate, which means get with their veteran, they actually have several dogs, and a few veterans who are ready, and the veterans work with them for about 2 weeks, and the dogs actually pick their veteran. It's really amazing.
That's cool.
The dog, it's like they bond with the person that they're meant to be with.
Yeah.
So,
that is very,
yeah.
very cool. Now, do you have anything you want to try and get Lex to show us? Maybe a little stage fright?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to try?
Yeah, we'll try a few things out, show him off a little bit. He's only 7 months old, but he's
7
really
months.
coming along.
Good.
So.
All right, Lex, this is your
Buddy,
time to shine.
Come here, buddy, sit. So the first thing they learn is eye contact. I mean, people always comment, he's always looking at you, because we want them to always check in with their veteran. And then, Buddy, we learned to loose leash walk. He walks alongside of me. Buddy, except when he's distracted. Come here, he's a puppy. Come here, let's go. So we learned to walk along my side, and when I stop, he sits.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
And he does look at you the whole time that he's doing it.
Of course, that's important for public. You know, that's important. He's got to stay with me. When we teach them to touch, yes, good boy, touch, which is kind of handy because I get to position him where I want him. But what that really does, it's a prelude to teaching him to push. So I can get him to push an object now, like, so for example, this button. Lex, ready? Push. Yes.
That's awesome.
Good boy. Yeah, now that's just kind of cute. But, you know, you've seen these things, right? So we train him to push one of these. That's a good boy.
Awesome.
So,
you know,
for
help him get
opening.
into buildings.
Right. And then we also, is this okay? We also, hey, buddy, come here. All right, and we train, you've seen dogs play with these. Well, this is a tool for him. Ready? Tug, tug, come on, tug, tug, tug. Yes, good boy. So at home, I have one of these on my refrigerator door, and when I want to get something out of the refrigerator, I say tug, and he opens the door. We can use it, like they'll put it on a wheelchair, and
right.
then they want the wheelchair, they say go tug, and they'll pull the wheelchair, they'll pull a laundry basket, stuff like that. So that pull and push can do a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing?
He's ready for the next thing. He's enjoying his time to shine.
Now, you know, he is a retriever, so he's learned, he's the natural retriever, but we train them to, okay, get it? Give me, buddy, give. Yes, that's a good boy. So we start with the training dumbbell, but then he'll learn to pick up just about anything. Buddy, come here. Say his person's walking along and accidentally drops their keys. Uh-oh. Give. Yes. Good boy. Or I'm doing doing the dishes. I drop my cloth. Uh-oh, go. Uh-oh. Yes, good boy, huh?
I need you to come to my house with my kids. That's what I'm going to need. This is incredible.
Yeah. Okay, come here, buddy. Now, we also, so now that he knows how to pick things up, sit. Come here, sit. Right, so we train them. They train them. Here's an old phone that I don't care about. Stay. So we train them to go get something when they need it. Ready? Get it. Give.
That is cool.
Come and give. Yes, good boy. So that's just some of the basic things he's learning. You can see with those basic skills, they learn to do a lot of things for the veteran.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Patriot Paws is an incredible organization. And again, if you've ever been to Waterbrook, you have seen Fran with her pups here. And so, if they want to learn more about Patriot Paws, I assume there's a website and they can go.
It's up on the.
Yep, patriotpaws.org, and so you can come check that out. One of the cool things about July 4th is getting to celebrate things that are American, but also the differences in our cultures and the differences in diversity of all the people that make up America. And in just a few minutes here, we're going to get to talk to one of our very own who came to America and learn a little bit about her story. But before that... Oh, yeah, sorry, go. Yeah, go. You interrupt me. Listen.
No. One more thing I want to mention. By the way, one of the cool things is they give these dogs away free of charge.
Oh, that is awesome.
And it's a nonprofit organization, so obviously you have to do a lot of fundraising for that. But that's what's really cool.
That is very, very cool. Hey, we want you to watch this video about praying from our founding fathers.